been beaten in Madrid. It's safe to say that Klopp doesn't like the referee this evening. He booked him during the course of the game. But Atletico, a victory for them, a famous victory for them. Not such a happy return to Liverpool, to that stadium. I don't know, Liam, does that result, it's Liverpool's second defeat of the competition, does that send shockwaves around Europe? Or
no, I don't think it sends shockwaves, but it does put it up to Liverpool that, you know, they have got a difficult task to qualify for this, you know. Atletico are a horrible team. We've seen that, even in 2014, 2016, when Simeone got them to the Champions League final. I just didn't want them to have the satisfaction of winning it. You have to admire their commitment and their organisation. But gamesmanship, feigning injury, persistent fouling. They did a job on Liverpool tonight, and Liverpool didn't handle it. Klopp didn't handle it. Some of the players were reacting to it, and they lost their way of playing, and they created very, very little.
Did you not expect Liverpool to be a bit more streetwise?
I think all three of us had said it's going to be a really hard game. I think Liverpool were very unfortunate that they lost that goal so early on, and it was a bit of a fluky goal, wasn't it? It came off Fabinho and it went to Saul. So, but, you know, you have to admire the commitment and the organisation skills of Atletico Madrid, but they're not a very nice team. And the manager's not very nice either. Yeah. I can't be having them, to be honest.
It's a huge result, obviously a huge result for them, but the manager's been getting criticism recently. The players are getting stick. There's leaks from the dressing rooms that the players aren't happy with the fitness regime of the manager.
It's too much for them.
There's question marks about the tactical limitations of Simeone. All the things that a few years ago were being used to praise this fella. The team had a set job and they did it well. They were physically tough and they were rigid. Recently, because the results have been so poor, they've only won 1 in 7 coming into this. All of these things are being used against them. So this performance was massively needed by Simeone, but it's kind of come as a surprise. It's vintage Simeone. It's them at their best or worst, whichever you look upon their performance or their tactics.
Do you like them, Kevin?
I still think they're very good going forward. They're a disaster to watch. I don't like watching them play, but they do create chances. They've got skillful players. Like, he's the highest paid manager in the world. You think over the last years he would have evolved that team to be more than just a team who fights and brawls and gets yellow cards and rolls over and wastes time. And if you think it was bad tonight, it's going to be twice as bad in Anfield. It'll be from the first minute of the game. So it's brought him great success, but it's not pretty to watch. And as I say, they're another team. They're changing over. He's changing over players, and he's bringing in new players. And that's what you have to do when you're playing, because the same players can't play for that manager for that long.
They're technically able. They showed that tonight. Yeah. Well, no, they did on occasions really play good football, and they created chances, and they had Liverpool in difficulty. So you can imagine that it's going to be a very, very tough task for Liverpool to go through, because 1-0, we know, I'm stating the obvious now, but if Atletico get a goal, Liverpool need 3, and it's hard to score against this team.
And there's an intelligence to that tactic against this Liverpool team, because if you play a high line, they've pace over the top, they'll hurt you. If you push up and try and press them too much, they'll play around you. They'll do to you what they've been doing to other teams consistently in the Premier League for God knows how long at this stage. So the second leg, I cannot wait for it, because whatever about, we saw Simeone, I don't know how many times, geeing up the crowd, and you can imagine what the atmosphere was like there tonight. Anfield is going to be the very, very same.
See, Jim said towards the end of the game that he thought, well, OK, 1-0 shouldn't be a problem for Liverpool, because if you can come back from 3 against Barcelona, but it's going to be an entirely different game. Barcelona have this tradition of playing. They come out, and the Liverpool took advantage of that. These guys are going to sit in and it's going to be ugly.
And that was another word that Jim used as well during the course of the commentary, and it's been used many a time talking about that team. Let's look, Kevin, at what Liverpool did manage to create in the second half.
In saying all that and how well Atletico defended, Liverpool still had 2 really good opportunities. This one is Salah at the back stick. Headering probably isn't his forte, but he's plenty of time to see that one coming and expect to at least hit the target. They didn't hit the target tonight. It must be the first time all season they haven't had a shot on target. This one bounces around a bit. They get a bit lucky. Atletico, everyone behind the ball, but Liverpool have people in the box, and Jordan Henderson, you know, he looks again, he's on the penalty spot. I think he's going to hit the target. I think this is going to nestle into that bottom corner. He'll be very disappointed at that, but it was a very good chance for all. Atletico's good defending. You will still give away chances. Liverpool are a very, very good team. This is just nearly the last kick of the game for Liverpool. It was a good ball from Trent Alexander. They had people in the box, but you know, that was it. We didn't have anything else to show for a team who were 1-0 down. You just expected more from Liverpool, especially in the second half, to come out and go at them. But Atletico are a very good top European team in their own stadium. Liverpool are not going to come there and dominate. As good as they are, they're not going to come there and dominate Atletico Madrid.
It's the third time in 46 games this season Liverpool have failed to score. Here's what Atletico did in a positive sense in the second half.
Very limited opportunities going forward. That was as much down to their defence-focused approach, which is a sensible one given that it was 1-0. This was the best chance. I thought Robertson did very well that he didn't concede a penalty kick. He was coming behind Morata. But look at this, man. You're just hoping to get it on target, swing his left foot at it. He kind of trips himself up. I think he injured himself as well. He went off shortly afterwards. But as I said, Robertson did well enough to concede the penalty kick by making any kind of collision with him. And then this is a shot from distance, was all that. I don't think the goalkeeper was in too much bother here. But I don't think we'll see them get forward too many times in big numbers in the second leg, and there was less and less required the longer this game went on. So huge result for them.
This goal, what was it, 4 minutes of the first half? It's a long time ago.
It was a bit of a fluke, wasn't it? You know, it was a ball into the box, landed on the 6-yard box, and it just comes off Fabinho's toe, and it breaks the sole and he tucks it away. As Richie said earlier on, it was Farr had a look at it, but it was perfectly good because it's come off a Liverpool player to Saul, and it was an easy chance, and that gave Atletico their foundation to dig in and just be horrible. And,
how do they compare to some of the Italian teams, the club teams that you would have played against, like the Catenaccio and, you know, legendary, brilliant defensive teams that just love defending? How do they compare?
Well, yeah, they'd be up there, wouldn't they? You know, the commitment and the desire they give and the effort they put in. I think you said something like they ran much more than the Liverpool players.
Yeah, it was 6 kilometres for these numbers they come up with. Yeah.
It reminds me maybe of Mourinho when he was at Inter Milan. Remember they won the Champions League? They dug in at Barcelona and got a result there, and then in the final they hit. I think it was Bayern on the counter-attack. They're going to be difficult. They're going to be a difficult task for Liverpool to knock out.
I think one of the things that's going to go in Klopp's favour is how many times have we discussed the fact that foreign, non-English leagues can rearrange fixtures in the build-up to second legs, and is that an advantage or not? Klopp can do what he likes with his squad between now and then because they've won domestically already, so he has that luxury of using the squad as effectively as he likes to make sure that every one of his players that he wants for the second leg is in exactly the right condition. OK, gentlemen, we have to go. That's it from us for the moment. With thanks to Richie, Liam and Kevin for their company here in the studio.